Welcome back to Not So Radical. I'm your host, Peter. Sorry I've been MIA the past 2 weeks. I was on vacation, but now I'm back. So I was scrolling down Newsmax and seeing what's been going on while I've been gone, and I come across this. It says DNC wants to track your texts about vaccines. Now, already that's concerning. You're getting into my text messages. You're tracking what I say to my friends, family, whoever I conversate with. I want the government to stay out of my personal life as much as possible. We're not a communist country, first of all. But besides that, all right, so in the video, from Politico, Biden allied groups, including the DNC committee, are also planning to engage fact checkers more aggressively and work with SMS carriers to dispel misinformation about vaccines that is sent over social media and text messages. Now, it was already somewhat concerning over social media because the information they were putting out there, telling everybody the cloth masks, they work, they'll help you not get COVID, et cetera, et cetera. Dr. Fauci, in his emails that were obtained, he's told other doctors and scientists that the cloth mask you buy at your local Walmart or Target with the fancy face covering and the all kinds of pictures or whatever you kind of style mask you have, that those masks do not work. Dr. Fauci has said that in an email to another doctor that they do not work. So I'm very concerned about the information they deem not reliable and they want to censor or dispel. So it really depends what narrative they're trying to push. So, and then now you want to delve deeper into my text messages. Like I said before, we're not a communist country. You're trying to get deep into my text messages and look into my personal life, who I conversate with, what do I conversate about. I want the government in my life as little as possible. But besides the fact, so I was like, all right, I need to see what this whole article is about. So I go to Politico, find the article, and I mean, at first they're talking about the conservative opponents of COVID-19, that they're dangerous and extreme. I mean, the left, they love their labels. And after all the lies Dr. Fauci is told about COVID-19, it's surprising that he still has a job, or he's still the chief medical examiner for the Biden administration. But also, so I'm scrolling down, and then they state that the whole door-to-door to increase vaccination rates. Now, I'm sorry, but if you live in USA and you haven't heard about COVID-19 vaccines, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, etc., you are living under a rock, and you are in that small, minute, in my opinion, less than 0.5% of people in the United States that may not know about the COVID-19 vaccine. There's no reason to go to door to try to get people to vaccinate. I mean, I understand, unless you're a Jehovah's Witness, I mean, I don't know why you're going to door. I mean, that's their thing. They should leave it alone. But besides the fact, I'm concerned about getting vaccinated because it's not fully certified by the FDA to begin with, but also there's so many people that have had adverse reactions. I know of 2 people personally that they've both had strokes the day after getting the vaccine. I know numerous people that were fine, got sick after the vaccine. Now, me, myself, knowing I'm in that percentile where if I get COVID, which I've already had and built up antibodies against, if I get COVID again, I'm still in that percentile where I'm 99.9% likely to survive it. And let me just start off by saying, when I had COVID, it was minor the first night. I felt weak for like a week after that, but I've had stomach bugs, stomach viruses, common colds that were worse than COVID. Now, personally, the risk of taking the vaccine and having adverse side effects does not outweigh the risk of COVID. So I'd rather not get the vaccine. And as of right now, in my opinion, I'm not telling anybody else to not get the vaccine or get it. That's totally up to you, and it should be your body, your choice, just like the Democrats have said in the past about women's rights. Now they're saying that Fox News is spreading this misinformation that they're going to have federal workers going up and knocking on your door, etc. But they're saying that they're going to be trusted members of the messengers of the community. Now, like I said again, it's all going to be who they believe are trusted members of the community, or who they put in place to do this door-to-door knocking. Let's see what else they had here. Now, Dr. Fauci is still saying that 99.5% of deaths due to COVID are people that are unvaccinated. Now, we all know, in my opinion, I just want to say again, because I don't want to get fact-checked here by those fact-checkers that are always so right, but they've been wrong about the numbers and the data more than a few times. And just like Cuomo, how that disappeared. I mean, he was wrong about the numbers in his state, and he downplayed the numbers. And so it's really hard to trust the data sometimes that they put forward. Now, let's get to that whole thing that grabbed mine in the first place. Now, right here, oops, let me go back. All right, so this is the allied groups are also planning to engage fact checkers more aggressively with SMS to dispel misinformation about vaccines that is sent over social media and text messages. The goal is to ensure that people who may have difficulty getting a vaccination because of issues like transportation see those barriers lessened or removed entirely. Now, okay, I understand if people can't get transportation, but there should be a letter that goes out, hey, I want the vaccine, or hey, if you're inquiring about getting the vaccine, we can schedule or arrange transportation or however to get those people vaccinated. You don't need to be going door to door. If people want to get the vaccine, they know about it, they know where to get it, they'll get it if they want to get it. But my problem is you're already infringing over social media free speech. I've had it happen to me on Facebook, on YouTube. It's been infringed multiple times. Now you're trying to delve deeper into my text messages. Now let me point out, the mainstream media deemed Hunter Biden's laptop as Russian misinformation. Even Biden said, oh, that's Russian misinformation from Trump. So that Hunter Biden laptop that in recent weeks has just been exposing mass information about Hunter Biden, his dealings, that Joe Biden could be involved, and many other things. And so they could push, just like before, that when Biden was running for office and they pushed that, no, this is misinformation. So you're relying on the DNC, that the information that they're dispelling, you're relying on them to dispel the information that is not factual, even though in the past they've taken factual information and deemed it misinformation. So that's why it's concerning. Besides going to my text messages and basically blocking or censoring what I say to other people, I mean, this should scare people. This is entirely infringing on our freedom of speech. And I mean, it's just, I don't, this is crazy. And just like when they disagreed with the Republicans, I mean, who says they aren't going to censor that information when Republicans try to spread information? Or, but they'll censor Trump when he says peacefully protest, but then as soon as but they'll censor him over that, but they won't censor Maxine Waters when she's encouraging violence or calling for violence, or Kamala Harris when she's bailing out violent rioters, or helping bail out violent rioters. I mean, the United States of America is upside down right now. Now, I mean, that's it for today, but everyone should be Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, whatever you are, centralist, libertarian, you should be concerned about your freedom of speech being affected, and letting the government, whether it's the RNC or the DNC, you should be concerned about them deeming what is misinformation or what isn't misinformation. We should all be concerned. Now, leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But I definitely will be back more frequently now. I hope all of you enjoy the rest of your week.